The stock of the day is brought to you by IG, Australia's #1 CFD provider. Trade over 17,000 markets with extended trading hours on key US shares and competitive spreads, all on an award-winning platform. Get started at IG.com.
Let's get to it with the stock of the day. And to your point about commodities, it is Karoon Energy. We just couldn't resist it. Obviously, coming under pressure today. It is the 34th most shorted stock on the ASX 200. So it's a pure play in the oil space. So a bit of context, US President Donald Trump saying overnight the United States is talking to, quote, the right people in Iran in order to reach an agreement to end hostilities. So Brent crude went down. We've seen oil coming off in this Asian session, but global markets obviously are still gripped with the uncertainty with Iran launching fresh attacks across the region, while the US looks to deploy 3,000 troops to the Middle East. So what's the outlook for oil? Michael Gable from Fairmont just said higher for longer. So is today potentially a buying opportunity when it comes to Karoon? Michael, I'll start with you.
Yeah, so when it comes to oil, there was a bit of a looming supply issue before the war. So, as I've said before the war started, energy was, in my opinion, was going to be the biggest opportunity for 2026. So there were issues before the war started, and the war has just made it worse. So in my opinion, the price of oil was always going to go up anyway. At the end of last year, we moved clients to about a 20 to 30% weighting in energy. So I think that ultimately, yes, the oil price will be high. It'll stay that way for a while. All other forms of energy will become more expensive also. So yes, you need to have energy exposure. Now, Karoon isn't one of the stocks that I hold, but it will do well over the next few years. Now, what do you do if you're not already invested in the energy space? So my recommendation to people has been, we'll get to a point, and we're starting to see that, where we feel as if the war is winding down or coming to an end, or however you want to call it. And in the short term, you'll get a pullback in the oil price. So we saw a bit of that last night. That might occur over the next few days as well. We're seeing a drop in the share price of Karoon. Whether that drops for another couple of days or not, I'm not really sure. But ultimately, I'd be using that weakness, if you like Karoon, as a buying opportunity. Yes, you could pick some up today, and I think you'll still be making money in a few months' time. So whether you want to finesse it over the next few days and try to get a cheaper price or not, that's up to our viewers. But ultimately, yes, Karoon is a buy. I think it'll be much higher later in the year.
Philip, Karoon, buy?
Sell.
Why?
Picking commodity prices is a mug's game. I've tried to do it. I've seen people try and do it. At the moment, the oil price is not set by fundamentals. It's set by some lunatic on the other side of the world tweeting, I'm having discussions, I'm not having discussions. People correctly picked it to hit $100 a barrel. It got there, may get to 120. It has been negative in the last few years. So it's gone from -$3 to $120. So good luck picking that. At current levels, the oil price is still at a recent high, and so is the Karoon share price. It is going to be volatile. It's in the too hard basket for me. I'm a seller of Karoon at this price, because I actually think the hope, probably a better phrase, that the war ends in the next 30 days. Hopefully, if you work back from midterms, Trump wants a solution by midterms, well before midterms. That puts it at a 30 June hard close, hopefully. But hopefully in the next few weeks, in which case I think, again, don't quote me, I will be wrong, oil price goes back to $70 or whatever the fundamental price is. What we've learnt, though, is we're not managing our energy assets as well as we should. It's been well publicised. We don't store enough fuel in this country. It should be 45. I've been spruiking we don't have 45 days of fuel storage. For 15 years, I've stopped making that argument because it just hasn't happened. We need more fuel storage. We need more refinery. We've shut our refineries down. Our infrastructure is insufficient. It needs to be maintained. It needs to be grown. So what we've learned is, in the short term, the energy producers will make supernormal profits, and that's great. In the medium term, we need more infrastructure, and that's good for the providers of the infrastructure, or those who support the infrastructure. So think second order effects. Who will benefit from the high oil price and from what's happening? And that's those who service Karoon and Woodside and all the other energy providers. And one of the companies I cover, give you a bonus buy, Duratec, DUR, asset maintenance company who does a lot of work in defense. Their fastest growing segment before this month was energy. It's gone from 0 to 12 to 14% of their revenue. And unfortunately, or fortunately, what's happened in the last 2 weeks is great for their customers and great for them. So if you want to play energy, play those who service the energy market. A company like Duratec that I cover, sell Karoon, buy Duratec, play the energy service providers, not the pure play energy companies, because that oil price is coming down at some stage and time to sell it.
Spicy way to start this program on this Wednesday. I like it. That's what makes a market. Information only, not financial advice for your own personal circumstances. So with that out of the way, we've got a buy for Karoon, stock of the day, and a sell as well, with a bonus buy thrown in there for Duratec.
The stock of the day was brought to you by IG. Trade over 12,000 shares and ETFs, including major tech giants with extended hours on an award-winning platform. Get started at ig.com.